It's the Heffron and Reep Bonus Show.
Oh, sweet!
This is the place where the guys upload bonus shows while they're on the road. Sometimes it's just John. Other times it's John and John.
Huh?
Either way, it's all good.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in to Heffron and Reep Bonus Show. This is Jon Reep. I am doing this without Heffron. Sorry, ladies. No Heffron in this episode. It's just going to be me and this kid, Max Deacon. I say kid, he's 23, but, you know. Max Deacon, who is a cast member in the Black Sky film. We recorded this in his hotel room in Detroit. And, of course, the audio is not the greatest, so I apologize for the bad audio. But no worries. You can still hear every word we say. And isn't that what really counts? I think so. All right. Enjoy the podcast.
Live from your headphones, it's Heffron and Reep.
Woo! That guy's hilarious.
Oh, too funny.
So I am sitting here with an Englishman named
Indeed.
Max Deacon, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the beautiful Marriott. No, it's not a Marriott. What is this? This
The
is
Residence Inn.
the Residence Inn by Marriott.
By Marriott. It's the sister. It's the
Yeah,
sister company.
it's the ugly stepsister.
Yeah.
In beautiful Pontiac,
Yeah.
Michigan.
We call it the Renaissance Inn.
Is that right?
Well, I've heard it.
The Renaissance.
I've heard it called.
It's like a new beginning
Yeah. Yeah.
in the worst area of the suburb of Detroit that you could actually be in right now. How are you loving your stay here at the, what'd you call it?
The Renaissance.
The Renaissance Inn? I mean, you've been here how long now?
Like 3 months. I haven't been able to go home.
3 months.
Yeah. Is it 3 months? Yeah.
For you, I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you had any time off to go back?
I went away for a weekend. I haven't gone back home, but I went away for a weekend.
And that's it?
And that's it. It's
And you've been here the whole time?
Yeah. I feel.
What's your favorite part about the Renaissance Inn? Is it the carpet? Is it the furniture?
You know, I like it all. The people. It's the people. It's the faces.
That is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
The people at the front desk?
The front desk people are fantastic.
They're always ready to greet you with a smile.
No, I know they're so good. I can't remember Sandra,
Which
She's
one is
like-
she? The grey-haired lady?
the old grey-haired lady, not older. Mature. She is wonderful.
Yes, I like her.
Yeah.
She knows She remembers my name, me by name.
Yeah, but you've been here a long time too. I mean, you'd hope so.
Yeah, I think she likes me, but I could. Maybe she's that way to everybody.
That's the thing. Yeah, she's fake. Fuck her. She's like a mother figure. Sandra's amazing.
And what about
Deirdre,
the maintenance guy? Did you buddy up with him?
Daryl? Fantastic. I have Daryl's cornbread sitting over there. He's
No shit, he
he's
gave
a
you
good
cornbread?
guy. Yeah. Daryl told me to bring food home from set the other day.
For him?
Yeah, because he'd been making me cornbread. It was fair enough, but I was just like, I'm just going over to set. And he just went, they got food there? And I was like, no, this happened. And I went,
Did you bring him anything?
yeah, I brought him a plate of food.
What'd you bring him?
I just brought him a bit of everything. I don't know what Daryl likes.
You just made a plate to go.
I made him a plate.
That's great.
And I think there's like a 2-plate limit.
You have a friend for life now.
Yeah, no, Daryl's awesome. But it was a surprising, it was like a quest.
How did you find Daryl after you came? I mean,
You can always find Daryl.
He's always around.
You can always find Daryl. You can just sort of go in and shout and he appears.
Right.
Yeah. He's like a candy man. But
I remember when I was leaving the last time I was here, what was it, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Or something like that when I left. And
it hasn't been the same since.
we were sort of hanging out in the courtyard for a minute.
Yep.
Kyle and I. And what was his name?
Daryl?
Daryl was out there.
Yep.
And I said, he just sat down and started talking to me.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. He goes, oh, what you got in your fridge? Like what you have left over that you're not taking. I'm like, I have tons of stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to give it to you
Well,
or
I was
Alicia.
wondering why I didn't get any of that shit.
I was trying to give
Kyle...
it. I called and left a voicemail. I told the front desk, the lady, the sweet old lady, what's her
Sandra?
name? Sandra.
She's not that old.
I'm horrible with names.
No, this is bad. She's not that old.
She's not that old. Maybe I'm thinking of a different old lady then.
Yeah.
Betsy, we'll call her.
Yeah.
Fake old lady.
She is old. Betsy's oldish.
Old bag. Smells like mothballs.
Ah.
But nice. So I told her, I was like, can you call Alicia's room, and leave a voicemail for her to, I'm leaving right now.
Yeah.
Come in the room before the maids get in here and take anything you want. I don't know if she ever got that message.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to you, I had some like
No, you just
I had vodka left
yeah,
over.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be. I'm not head anywhere. I mean, you were just down the hall.
Yeah.
Like Carl brought me his food, almost as if
I
like
see.
an offering.
I
I know
should've
you've
brought
given
it.
me something now, like I got a DVD, you know, but
Next
really,
time,
you should have brought
next
it.
Next time.
Yeah.
All right. Walden, Daryl. I'm so hard.
Smart.
Good Lord.
I know.
Daryl, you're closer to him than I am. I don't remember his name.
Very good guy.
Daryl, I told him I had some vodka left over. He got kind of excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was going to get it.
Did he?
But then I thought, like, I should offer this to other people that I've been working with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel bad now because I actually had a full kitchen of stuff like you got over here.
I've been in here just drinking.
We're gonna have to get that cornbread. You're gonna have to share that cornbread with me.
We can.
For the listeners, we're drinking right now. We have beer, and we also have a little bit of moonshine.
Kentucky's finest.
From Kentucky.
Yep.
From Jeremy Sumter.
Yeah.
His grandfather.
Yeah. His grandfather. And it's just kind of been passed around to everybody, and I've ended up with it. And I'm not like a real big drinker, so it's just kind of sat there, and I just like the mystique it's given me.
Yeah, in the freezer.
People have been talking like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have some beers, and I just drop in.
You're like, I got some shine.
It's in a mason jar and everything.
Yeah. This is the first time you've had moonshine?
This is the first time. I've had none of it until we had at one time, a little try.
Yeah.
So this is really my first experience.
It's pretty. I mean. It's gotten like a little resurgence lately of popularity.
Lawless.
Mm-hmm. There's a show called Moonshiners.
Yes, I saw a bit of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I saw some of it. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not as good as Honey
Your
Boo
people.
Boo, but it's good.
Your people.
My people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not my first time having shine.
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, I actually have a drink that I'm working on called a Moontini. It's a moonshine martini.
Yes, you tweeted this at
I'm a
me.
Metro Jethro. See, I'm half redneck, half city guy because I live in L.A.
Yeah.
So I'm not just going to drink moonshine.
Yeah.
I'll have a moonshine martini. That's the Metro part.
Yes.
And the recipe I've come up with, was this your idea? No, this is my idea. I can't remember who gave this to me.
Go on.
A guy at a restaurant at Spark in L.A. I told him about my Moontini idea.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, what is a Moontini?
Yeah.
I was like, well, it's bacon-infused moonshine.
You could do that.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should have been doing that. We missed a trick.
Yeah, we got some time left.
Yeah.
I can go get some bacon right now.
Yeah.
We can make this happen.
I mean, it needs days to ferment.
Yeah, that's true. So it's bacon-infused moonshine, right, with a splash of gravy, garnished with like a cocktail wiener.
I mean,
That's a Moontini.
it sounds just horrible. But
Yeah, it does.
But I'm willing.
I think it's more of like a contest to see who will drink it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a dare.
Yeah. Well, this very much this Metro Jethro thing. You're drinking moonshine very daintily out of a wine glass.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, out of the Renaissance in a wine glass, which is a small little stem.
That's how we do it at the Renaissance.
So it doesn't give you much room for all your fingers. So I can only hold it with 3 fingers.
Yeah.
And the pinky's straight out.
Yeah.
It's a little unmanly, but I feel comfortable with
it's
with
classy.
You. Yeah.
I'm European.
Classy, that's right.
But it makes me feel comfortable.
Do you find with the English accent that you get more credit about being intelligent than you should? Not just you, but in general?
I don't know, maybe out here. Maybe not more intelligent, but definitely more interesting. I think people are like you've probably had it. You thought, oh, I've got to get to know this guy. He's got a different accent to everyone. He's got a different view of the world.
It's not just that.
Yeah, well, you know. And then sort of, it usually takes people 20, 25 minutes before, he's got nothing to say. You know. We've already lost listeners. We've lost listeners here already.
They're already turning the channel.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you do that in a podcast.
You just turn it
They
off.
find a way. They turn it off.
They're already on.
No. I think, see, my theory is people with English accents automatically sound smarter. For some reason in America, when you hear someone with an English accent, you think that they're well educated. They're Oxford or something like that. Where the opposite of that, the dumbest sounding people are like people like me, people from the South, who
Yeah.
Is there a version of that in England? Is there like an area of England that's like the redneck area? And what do they call them?
There
They
is
call them rednecks over there?
no. We're a smaller island, but we have many accents.
Cockney. What is Cockney?
Cockney's that's like the East End of London, or that's like sort of working class London.
Oh, so that's that might be sort of blue collar-y, rednecky.
Yeah, it's blue collar, but like we don't think of them like. I don't think farmers are thought of. I don't think they're thought of. Yeah, there's the sort of the West Country, which is like that's like that. They're the farmers.
How do they sound? Can you do them?
I'm doing them right now. Like that's it. Like they're sort of like that, and they.
Oh, yeah. Almost sounds a little bit Irish.
Well, no, it doesn't. But
to me,
yeah.
To my untrained ear.
Well, and also I'm doing it badly, but yeah, I mean, we generally think of. I think when you hear that voice, it sounds stupid, but it's not. All the different areas of England sort of hate each other.
Oh, is that right?
So, yeah, like the south.
Where are you from? What part?
I'm from London.
London.
Yeah, I'm
born and raised there.
Born and raised in London, Wimbledon, like sort of Greater London.
You a big tennis fan then?
I hate it. Never been.
Right.
Where are those guys the rest of the year?
Exactly.
I'm there toiling.
They're not at the Renaissance Inn in Pontiac.
I haven't seen them.
Cheers.
I haven't seen them.
Screw those guys.
Absolutely.
We took a sip at the same time.
Yeah, I went with the.
He went with the Shine. I went with the Heineken Light. Got to do it.
It's kind of men we are.
So I am fascinated with people's backgrounds, how they got in this business of show, and I'd love to hear your story, man. How many films have you done prior to this?
I think this is my. I should know this. It's
Well, we can pull up IMDb right now.
It's going to be a pathetic number. Like it sounds like I'm going to say like, oh god, this is my 14th or something.
No, but
this is my. This is probably my fourth.
Okay.
Movie. Yeah.
You're 23.
I'm 23. Yeah.
And were you just in? What was the TV series? The Hatfields McCoys.
I was in Hatfields McCoys.
Working with. Chet from Weird Science.
Chet, interestingly, will only be called Chet.
He'll only respond to Chet.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet that guy. How cool is he? Cool? Is he sort of
the best dude in the world?
Really?
Yeah, like the best dude in the world, the funniest.
What happened? Give me some good Chet stories. Did he do Chet at all? Did it come up?
No, not
Big
really.
Love came up.
Me and my buddy had always had this thing where we went to I went to Florida with him when we were like 14, and we'd watch.
You went to Florida with
my buddy.
Oh.
No,
not Bill Paxton.
Not with Paxton.
Hopefully,
one day if that happened. Oh, one day.
That would be the right guy to go with.
Yeah. Anyway,
because Florida in America is sort of like the. I mean, I don't think a lot of outsiders know this, but Florida is the most rednecky state in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you hear Florida, you think what, like Miami or Fort Lauderdale or.
I think my. Well, all I've seen of Florida is giant people at Disneyland, like giant human beings.
That's there.
Yeah,
that's there.
Yeah, we went with my. Actually, we went there with my elderly granny. Like she got us a grandma, and she bought us a trip there. My family
to Disney World.
Yeah, and she was just she couldn't deal with the size of the human being. Like, no, she got upset. Like we had to leave her at home. It was too hard.
Really?
Yeah, and the worst thing was we rented. This is true, and this is going to sound bad, but we went and we thought like, right, what do we know about Disneyland? Queues. Lines, big lines.
Lines.
Rides,
yes,
right?
yes.
Sorry,
yes. That's fine.
Lost in translation. We do this the whole time.
There's a lot of me going like, what?
Yeah.
And then he translates to stupid American. It was your language first. We're the ones who fucked it up.
Absolutely.
So I always feel like I should apologize for not knowing Q.
And you should. And if
I
you feel like that, you should.
Okay.
But no, we were there, and we thought we'll skip these lines by. We'll get my grandma one of those like electric wheelchairs.
Yes.
She was
a hover around sort of thing.
Yeah.
Scooter.
Yeah, scooter. It was more of a scooter. Like,
yeah.
I think they're pretty kick-ass. They're pretty cool.
When I get old, that's all I'm going to be.
Yeah.
I'll have a basket.
I can see that.
I'll have a huge flag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll have a bell. Maybe a horn. Like,
yeah.
One of those horns.
For sure. I think they come with that now. I think you need to. But we got her one, and she wasn't like. She was able-bodied. She didn't need it.
Right.
She was offended by the fat people. She was offended by her own family because we bought her an electric scooter.
Right.
She wouldn't use it. But we paid for it, and then she stopped coming. So my dad just went, "I'm gonna just have to use this scooter."
Okay.
Skip to the front of the lines.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good strategy.
It is, but there are people who are ill who are queuing up in the heat, and my dad.
That queue was barbecuing up.
Yes, yeah. Well,
so
both.
you went 2 Qs on me.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. I hope everyone's ready for that.
Wait, that's actually a good idea, though. But I'll imagine
it's good. But it's
we
like,
got like Make-A-Wish kids up there too. You feel bad about
it's
that?
It's like he didn't like. I didn't realize until a few years ago. Like I thought back and I was like, oh, well, he's like oh, my dad's kind of not the man I thought he was. Me and my mum had to carry him out of the thing.
Wait, to go along with the lie?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no.
So he would get in the front of the line and then the scooter.
Take him to the front of the queue. And people shouted at us. People said, I saw him walk.
It's good.
Yeah, and we had to... Yeah.
I like his commitment, though. Like, he didn't just park it and get up and walk out.
Oh, he used to be an actor. He was committed to it. He had a whole character backstory. I think he knew the injury. I was crying with
How old were you when this happened? 14?
No, that was a sidetrack. This was an earlier trip. I've been twice. This was when I was about. This was when I was about.
You've been to Disney
11.
World more times than most Americans.
Yeah, that's a privilege.
Good on you.
Thank you very much. Happiest place in the world.
That's what they say.
I'll go again.
I'm actually going to be going next year.
Yeah,
with my wife and my brother's kids and my mom and dad. It's a big family trip that's going to happen. So I'm kind of nervous about it.
You shouldn't be.
It's huge though.
It's
gigantic.
Huge. And it's uncomfortably hot. They shouldn't make places that hot.
Did you go to Epcot Center as well?
Yeah, Epcot was not.
Did you do is Thunder Mountain still there?
Thunder Mountain was there when I was there. I mean,
did you ride that one?
But yeah,
that's to me it was one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on.
Amazing.
Because it's in the dark.
Yeah,
I mean, there's at least a part of it that's in the dark.
And
right?
my theory is that it's not very like it's just 10 meters of track and they just push you back and fucking different lights.
Yeah. You know? You're not really going far at all.
No.
But you don't know where you're going.
Sensory deprivation.
And that's what's kind of scary about it, I think.
Yeah, that was a good ride. I always liked the Michael Jackson ride when I was a kid. They couldn't call it.
Wait, is that a real ride, or is it just you go into his house as a child?
That's what I called it. No, there was a ride. It's like a 3D extravaganza.
Is that still there?
I think it's still there.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I would totally go to that.
It's like Thriller.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you just watch Thriller like live. And I think
what happens?
Pops out. I think it's just like a 3D thing. I don't really remember. In my head, it was pretty
Jesus
special,
juice comes out. All the weird things.
I hope they've updated it. Or at least they have a disclaimer at the end.
I want to get back to this hilarious story about your dad cutting in line.
Yeah.
And then you guys would carry him to the ride?
Yeah.
And get him seated? Or was there a limp involved?
No. He limped. We carried his limp body from the chair to the ride.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It was awful. But I think we only managed it one time because it was like I think it became apparent that this wasn't right. That there was kids that were actually limping in the queue. And
you do it once for the thrill, and then you feel bad.
Yeah. He still doesn't. He still doesn't feel that, but I think he'd do it again.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour queue.
So you guys are the ones who talked him out of it.
Yeah.
He would have done it all day.
I think it was just the fear of getting caught. Like I'm not sure.
Right. What do you do? What happens if you get caught?
Yeah.
You just get your scooter taken away.
I feel like it should be arrestable. That sort of offence.
Yeah.
Like.
Do you find it like okay? So when you go into a public bathroom, and there's a handicapped stall, and no one's in there,
I'll use that.
Now, do you feel bad about that?
No,
I don't either.
No, it's more spacious.
Yeah. I'll get in there and set up. Sometimes they have their own sink in there.
Yeah.
You know?
You kidding me?
I'd go in there and spend, good part of the day.
I'll spend an afternoon there.
Hang out with the guy, giving away the free candies.
Never felt bad about it. Never felt bad about that.
But I do have a thing ready in case, like I come out and there's
a limp in the back pocket,
and there's a line of people.
Yeah.
Except the one dude in a wheelchair who's like looking at me like, really?
Yeah.
Like I have a line ready for that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, no, I have elephantitis of the penis.
Yeah.
It's saying I have a huge penis.
Yeah, that's clever.
And it's a bad thing. I am handicapped.
Yeah.
Having a huge cock handicaps me.
It's a gift and a curse.
And I need to go in there. I don't want people laughing at my huge cock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
I'm not edible.
Oh, that should have been a scene.
Yeah.
That should have been a scene.
I wonder what John Merrick's penis looked like.
I have a friend, two friends, related to Jon Merrick.
No, you don't.
Yes. They say it proudly. Although, did he procreate?
I don't know. Not according to the movie.
Not according to the movie. And I think I think I'm with you in bit that's my only experience of Merrick.
With the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I'm going to Wikipedia the shit out of
that. And that Michael Jackson has his bones, or had his bones. Yeah. You know what would be really funny?
What?
Is if one of your friends who was related to Merrick now has Michael Jackson's bones.
Oh,
it's just a circle.
Yeah.
Let's look that up.
I'm going to see if I can bring him back.
Who? Which one? Merrick or Jackson?
No, Jackson, for my friends. They're twins.
How are they related to him? I mean, their claim is...
Just through, like... family,
marriage.
I guess. That's the thing. It's just like it's falling apart here because he maybe had a brother. Maybe he had like a normal.
Right. Well, that'd be funny.
Not normal, but able-bodied.
Yeah. Normal's fine there.
Yeah.
I think. Well, he's gone. It's fine.
He's a man. I can't do it. That's not good.
All I know is like, I'm a man. I'm not animal. Like he had a thing going.
Yeah, that's really good.
It was a really sad movie.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw it, what was it, like in the 80s something?
Yeah, I wasn't alive. I have it. I probably wasn't alive when it came out.
Probably. Wow, I forget how young you are.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But when it came out, I was kind of young, and I remember like thinking like, wow, this movie's good. Yeah. And it's old. But it wasn't old at the time. Yeah. It just looked old because they shot it in black and white. Yeah. So I had no idea.
And your simple country brain.
No, just
couldn't deal.
Let's go to the picture show. This one's in black and white.
One of them old-timey films.
Yeah. They got a guy winding it in the back. Smoke. You could smoke in there.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, I want to get back also because we got sidetracked big time.
Where were
we took like 3 different turns.
Yeah.
You were going to say, as a 14-year-old going to Disney World.
Yeah, and then I went to a different Disney World trip. Yeah, okay, so...
Let's get back to that.
Okay, this all comes from...
I'm also a court stenographer.
Yes.
Like, I know exactly where we left off.
Yeah.
I will come back every time. It's a great talent that I have.
You were made for podcasts.
Thank you.
That's not to say that you're not a handsome man. You are.
No, that's a given.
Video pod.
I got that.
Yeah. Then people know. That's why they're here.
It's no big deal.
That's why they're here. So yeah, me and my best friend, we were in Florida, and we went on the Twister ride at Universal. It wasn't Disneyland. It was at Universal.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
We're in a movie about a Twister.
I know.
You were in a ride called the Twister. Wait, in California?
It's like Meta. I think this was in the Florida one.
Oh, okay,
the Florida one. And we always used to laugh because Paxton does like when you're in the line, there's all videos of Paxton.
Oh.
And he's just like rubbing debris throughout them. Like he's just like, Vomit Twister was one of the most outstanding experiences of my life. And, like large piece of wood.
That's a good Paxton.
Thank you. Yeah. So we'd always just laugh about it. We just thought like it was funny, and we always Paxton was always cool, but we just always thought that ride was funny.
Right.
So I found out he's playing my dad in Hatfields, and I said to my buddy like, Paxton's playing my dad. I gotta tell him about Twister. I gotta say like
that you were at the
And I never really thought I'd do it because who am I to even talk to Bill?
Probably
Paxton.
one of those things you're like, let me give it a couple days.
Yeah.
We'll have other experiences, then I'll lay that on it.
Day 2. I went in day 2.
You went in day 2.
He was because he was just the cool. Like straight away, I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest guy.
I love it.
Yeah, and I said, Bill, I love what you do. Mm-hmm. Do you know what my favourite Paxton performance is? And he was like, it's Alien. I was like,
I forgot he was in that.
It's not Alien. It's the Twister ride.
The Twister ride.
The line. And he was like, oh shit, only time I've ever fucking used cue cards in my life. he loved it. He was into it. Like,
that's funny.
No, he was the nicest guy. He couldn't have been like more down to earth and more like he took us all out. He didn't need to spend any time with me. Like I was one of his less important sons in it.
Really? I haven't seen. I saw the previews for it. I wanted to watch it. How long is there? Is it a miniseries?
It's a 3-part miniseries.
3-part miniseries.
Yeah, Emmys tomorrow. We're up for the Emmys. It's up for the Emmys tomorrow.
Well,
yeah,
you're probably going to win now that you've been on this podcast.
I'm hoping there's a podcast bump.
You're going to get the podcast bump. I'm going to upload this immediately.
Do it
tonight.
Do it,
and you're going to get the Heffernan and Reep bump.
Take Carl's one down.
Carl's is gone.
God.
We actually went down after that one aired.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was horrible.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
he was great.
No.
I love you, Kyle.
He couldn't be.
Kyle's great. Respect for Kyle. Cheers.
we just raised our drinks as if he was gone.
Maybe we should pour some down like he's dead.
Do it.
Pour some on the ground.
They love that at the Renaissance.
This beer would match the carpet. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Now, the Hatfields McCoys was one of the most recent things that I've seen you in.
Yeah. Well, you just said you didn't see it.
No, but I saw a preview.
Yeah.
There's a loophole there.
Yeah. Okay. Don't lie to me.
What about?
You're not familiar with my work. I'm not really that familiar. There's not a lot of work to be familiar with.
Do you? How long have you been in this business of show?
Since I was 18. Since I was 18. Yeah.
Now, is that a conscious decision? Like, I'm going to start this now, or have you been thinking about it, or did you just sort of get thrusted in there somehow?
No, it's what I mean. I've always wanted to do it, and I was at a good school. This has got serious. This is like Anderson Cooper now.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I like knowing. I'm fascinated to know because no one has the exact same story.
Yeah.
No one just. I mean, everyone. A lot of people who are in this, in show business, they were maybe a theater major, and they took the right steps. But getting your first break, I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I was going to make something up, but I'm not going to. I was homeless at 16.
Well, you'll hear on that CD I gave you that Jon Reep, bless his heart.
Yeah.
There's a bit on there called Hemi Lover.
Yeah.
And it's about how I got the Dodge truck commercials.
Yes.
But it starts with a fake story.
Oh, yeah?
Because people want to believe that I am that guy.
Yeah.
And so I made up this whole fake story that I was working. I was like, I was working at a Home Depot. It was a crazy thing. I was in Hickory. And I sold sweet corn out in the parking lot to people. And, this guy drove up in an old Dodge Duster with a Hemi engine in it. And I was like, I like cars and everything. I was like, hey, man, that thing got a Hemi. And he just started laughing. And he goes, is that real? And I said, what? He goes, get in a car, we're going to Hollywood. And people would clap at that. And I go, no. I've made that up. It's dumb.
Sometimes those stories,
even that's what people want to believe.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And people have them. Like, people have them. But even then, I'm kind of like...
Coming from me, it could be believable.
Yeah. No, I know. You look...
I stopped doing that story because people get mad at me.
Yeah, I don't know how much you've seen of John, but he looks like he's got a past. He looks like there's some sadness in his past, and it's that's what brings the funny.
That's just lack of sleep. But thank you.
Yeah, no.
Get back to you.
I'm kidding. You're a handsome man.
Come on, Max.
All right.
There were two men sitting alone in a room.
So I know. Drinking, it's not good. It's not good.
What?
Responsibly.
Give me the first break. I mean, or the conscious decision. How'd you?
Well, I always wanted to do it. I had I was at a nice school.
High school?
Like my high school. Well, I was there since I was there from the age of 6 till I was 19. I was there a year longer than anybody else because I got my first job. I got my first job just before I was supposed to take my exam. So I was at this school, Ibstock Place, and they gave me a scholarship, drama scholarship there.
What school was it?
It was just like it's just like a normal...
Was it one I would know?
No.
Okay.
No. It's a small school.
Yeah.
But I was there. They had this scholarship, and I was doing plays there, and I got an agent from this play I was doing.
A high school play.
Yeah, and they just went, all right, we'll throw you up for some stuff, and got my first job.
Do you remember what play that was?
It was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Really?
Yeah.
What part were you playing?
The Nicholson.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Do you have video of this somewhere?
It's probably around somewhere. I think my buddy, the same one I went to Florida with, I think he recorded it. I think he took the job of recording it, but I think he ruined it. I think he didn't. I think he
or did
got
you
it all
ruin
wrong.
It on
like he
purpose?
was focusing on a chick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it was it was a decent high school play. It's just been like it was good luck. Someone saw it and went like, we'll take him on, or someone wrote a letter to an agent or something like that.
Okay.
And said, you should, and they went, okay, like a small agency.
So someone came out to see you.
I don't even think they came. I think someone wrote a letter to them, actually, is what happened.
And then they came out.
Yeah, and they went, oh, no, I went to meet them, and then they said,
So they didn't come see you doing the play?
Nah, it was a smaller agency, and they just went like, this is the thing. It's a lot of good luck.
Yeah.
You guys, we're doing this film, Black Sky, right now, and people will see it, and they'll understand. This kid's been given too many chances. A lot of people go, all right.
Well, it's funny is like Max and I don't have any scenes together. So
none at all.
I've not seen you act. Nor have you seen me act.
No.
So we could be the two worst actors in the film.
I know.
But we should treat each other like we're the two best.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing.
We certainly, we carry ourselves in that way.
Yeah.
Arrogant. Hugely
you gotta
arrogant.
fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah. arrogant young men.
Uh-huh.
I won't even look people in the eye on set.
No, you don't let them look at you.
No, I don't.
Right.
I don't.
And if they do, you just shake your head.
Yeah.
And then they go right back down.
Whoa. Yeah, whoa.
Because they know.
Whoa.
Do you know? Have you run into any actors that are actually like that?
No, I've been very lucky with people.
Yeah.
People have been generally pretty cool.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Well, you said your dad was an actor too.
He was, yeah. So my dad and my uncle. My uncle was for a while in the Guinness World Record books. Did I tell you this? He was in the Guinness World Record books for being the most seen leading man in a film.
Really?
Of all time, yeah.
Of all time?
Of all time, because
the most seen leading man in a film of all time.
The record, the
Your
record,
uncle.
that isn't how the record's phrased.
Yeah.
Because that would be terrible.
Yeah.
But he was in.
What's his name?
His name's Brian Deacon.
Brian Deacon.
Brian Deacon. He was in because he was in this film Jesus, which was like.
I've never heard of him.
It was the no. You wouldn't have.
No, Jesus.
Jesus.
What is Jesus? I'm kidding.
He was some sort of calm down. No, he was. Yeah. So he was in.
He played Jesus.
He played Jesus. He played Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Yes.
In this film.
How did he do?
Apparently, well, I don't know. Probably good. He's a good actor.
I've heard he got nailed to a cross at the end.
Yeah. By the critics. No.
We'll
cut that out.
When did this one come out?
I mean, like in the 70s.
Okay.
But it's the most seen of all time because the Christian society used to drop it through your door.
Yes.
And they take it to like the forests of like Papua New Guinea, and they'd show it to tribes and stuff,
right.
to convert or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he, that was
Brian Deacon's portrayal of Jesus.
Brian Deacon's.
I bet you I've seen that one.
Yeah, you probably have.
I was born, raised Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
So
is that like snakes and all that? Like
no. We just drank strychnine.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but there is that religion in the hills of North Carolina and West Virginia, or anytime you get up in the mountain, the area in the south.
Yeah.
There might be some snakes handled.
Yeah.
Some strychnine drank.
I had a buddy who was an actor.
I don't know if that's I don't think that's Baptist though. I think it's there's so many different strains of different religions. I've never been to something like that.
Yeah, my buddy did. My buddy was from Kentucky, and
Yeah.
And he said
he handled some snakes.
We used to go there, and there were snakes and screaming.
That's just so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But you have to know that when I look at you, I feel like that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like you've been through. That's why I'm interested.
You?
That's why I'm interested.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean it as an insult.
Okay, so your uncle played Jesus.
He played Jesus.
What did your dad?
My dad was.
What would I know him from?
You wouldn't. He was on. He did a lot of British TV. He did some films. He did some movies. He was successful in British TV and stuff. And then he went on to become a writer. He mainly writes now.
Did your uncle and your dad influence you to get into acting? I mean, I'm sure they had to play a part.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they did. I just fell in love with movies when I was a kid. I watched a lot of movies, and that was my thing. And I just, I started doing it, and you just get a buzz from it, like anything else, like you probably do from comedy or whatever. Yeah, so I
we've been doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only done one other film.
Yeah.
But I like this life.
Yeah.
Like, I see why everyone wants to be an actor or a movie star, because you get your ass kissed.
Yes.
Everyone, you go to set, there's a trailer for you.
Yeah.
And then there's someone who's like, what do you want for breakfast?
Yeah.
And then you could have anything that you want.
Yeah. You still feel bad about it, though. I feel bad about it.
What part?
Just the getting you breakfast thing. I just
yeah, but that's what they
I know it's their job.
They're there to make you happy.
No, I know. We have Crystal on this film, and she's amazing.
If you say no, I could tell they're actually genuinely disappointed.
Yeah, well,
because they like you.
Yeah,
they like me.
Yeah, well, that's probably the difference.
That's why you feel bad.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's how I got into it. I started doing that, and I got my first movie. See, I'm backtracking now. I'm going.
Please
back.
do.
I got my first movie. A week before I was supposed to take my big final exams for school, like for all the school, you
were a theatre major.
College. It works differently back home. You take a few subjects your last few years, but you don't really major in something.
Okay.
So I was 18, and I got this job, and it was either take my exams that I worked for my whole life, or go and do this movie.
Yeah.
And this is all I wanted to do, so I did the movie.
Right.
Yeah, I went out, and I was in South Africa. So I was out in South Africa. That was my first ever job.
What was it?
It was called Flashbacks of a Fool.
Flashback to the fall?
Flashbacks of a fool.
Of a fool?
Yes.
Flashbacks of a fool.
Yeah.
Sounds like something I'd be perfect for.
Yeah, well, indeed. It was actually based on... You didn't even know. It's based on you. You should probably...
What part did you play?
I played... the film is about... it's about Daniel Craig, who plays an aging actor, aging Hollywood star, who is kind of riddled with demons and just lives a vacuous life of kind of sex and drugs, very much like the life you lead now.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
I'm in my mind, I'm going like me.
You'd relate. You should see it because it would.
And I'm ripped like Daniel Craig.
Yeah. That's a new. Yeah. But
they have me looking fat in this film because it's just funnier.
Yeah, and it takes.
But it's a suit that I put on.
Yeah, and it takes how long? Is it, 6 hours?
6 hours.
Yeah.
You know, that's just in the makeup chair. Then I got to do the hair.
Yeah,
because I'm totally bald.
Yeah.
But in this film, I've got long hair, and they have to glue whiskers to my face.
They stitch it in, because you can't grow a beard.
I can't. I'm just weird disease.
That's weird.
But Daniel Craig, like me, ripped in this film. Flashbacks of a fool.
Yeah, so he flashes back, hence the title, to a pivotal summer that kind of shaped his life, where he flashes back because his best friend, he hears that his best friend from childhood's died.
Okay.
Who was me.
Oh.
Old school comedy. So it's this whole summer. So the kind of 2/3 of the movie, me and a young Daniel Craig, played by an actor called Harry Eden, another English actor, and me, kind of in this pivotal summer.
Right. And that was your first experience.
That was my first ever.
How long ago was that one?
That was 2007 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was my first ever thing, and I mean really my first time in front of a camera. I'd done a little thing before that, but it was a little pilot.
And that the one you were just talking about, shot in South Africa.
South Africa, doubling for England.
Was
doubling
it
for
hot?
English. No. What they don't tell you is they went to me. They said to me like, "Hey, make sure you bring some warm clothes." My agent at the time said, "Yeah, but you should bring some warm clothes." And I said, "Yeah, it's fucking Africa."
Warm clothes?
No, yeah.
Like clothes to keep you warm.
And I said, "Nah, it's Africa."
Right. I don't need that. I need a coat in Africa. Right.
I'm just bringing. I mean, I think I bought 7 sets of swimming trunks, and that was me. And some sunglasses.
Sure.
It gets cold.
Yeah.
It was like England. It was cold there.
It's like that in LA too. I love that people think that LA is just hot all the time.
Yeah.
And then most of the time it is.
Yeah.
But I'll be at the airport in LAX and I'll see people getting off a plane who obviously think that it's going to be hot all the time, but it's a desert pretty much.
Yeah.
So at night it does get cold.
Yeah.
But I'll see people walk around in tank tops and flip flops and like Bermuda shorts, just shivering.
Yeah.
Next to a guy in a parka.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've noticed since you've come back, Detroit,
got cold.
Michigan just decided to do that.
Yeah.
That happened in one day. It was in
the real world, there's 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But in LA, you get like 2.
Yeah, well, and Michigan has no transitional period. It just goes. They just go. No, we're getting cold now.
Yeah,
Michigan just
turn the AC on.
Yeah.
It's time to chill these bitches out.
Yeah. I've loved Michigan, but never comfortable. Never a comfortable temperature at any time.
Yeah, it's either like brutally hot or it's just too cold and windy and rainy.
Yeah. Plus, we've been blasted with wind and rain all the time.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's cool. That's a good little backstory there.
Yeah, that was it, and I've just been sort of cracking on with it ever since. I went back and took my exams next year. That's why I was there.
Oh, so you finished?
Yeah, I went back. I felt like I should finish them. I mean, I was, the school was very nice, and they let me go back and keep boning up on my skills and whatever.
Did you get a degree? Is that what that?
No, I just took my exams and whatever. But I was never going to college or university because I just wanted to keep doing this and keep working.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your university.
Yeah. This is it. I'm learning as I go. Really.
Right.
I think that's I would love to. I'm sure you find it as well that you occasionally, if you get stuck with something, you'd like to have a technique to fall back on. Like sometimes I wish
skill.
Yeah, like I wish I'd learned how to do things and
right.
learned how to kind of emotionally relate to things occasionally. But I know it sounds ridiculous, but like
especially as an actor.
Yeah, but sometimes you get stuck with stuff and you want to be like, you want to go, I wish I had a way to work out what I need to do here. You know. And I never learned to do that, so I just have to learn from doing it a few times.
I got in it kind of late.
Yeah.
So I can fall back on, like, I had some real jobs before this whole thing took off.
You had life experience, but what I mean is, like, but I mean, you never trained as an actor, right? You never did, like...
I was a theater major, but I took that...
I didn't know that. So
no, it's fine.
This is embarrassing.
But no, here's the thing. At NC State, being a theater major, it's a joke. I mean, they have the theater program is not that flashy.
One of NC State's proud alum there.
Yeah.
Talking.
I was only in one play,
Okay.
and I was a stage manager mostly.
What?
And then I played a London Bobby.
Yeah?
Yes. It was called Bullshot Crumond.
Bullshot Cremond.
Was the name of the play. And
It's not one I know. Is it a classic or...
It's a comedy.
Okay.
I don't even remember much about it.
Can you give me a blast of the police?
I don't know if I had any lines in it. I think I just... there was one part where, like, my hand comes out, and this is not the London Bobby. This is another part where they just needed a hand to, like, turn off a light.
Yeah.
So that was my first thing on stage.
Okay.
And then the next thing...
Valid.
Right. And I did it, like, I did it very elegantly, like that. I had a glove. It was actually a female hand that I was doing.
Yeah.
And so that was hard.
Yeah.
And then, as the London Bobby, all I did was, I think I may have had one line, but then I got shot and I died.
What?
That was it. That was my only acting experience in college.
And that was your major?
The only reason I took theater was because I barely got into college.
Yeah.
Okay. I went to a community college for 2 years.
Okay.
Dicked around.
Yeah.
I made C's.
Yeah.
Made a D, a B here and there.
Yeah.
And they were on what's called a quarter system.
Yes.
So I was there for like 2 years, hanging out in the lobby doing nothing with my friends. And one of my friends, Booger, he's like, hey, I heard that there's this program at NC State where it's called the Lifelong Program. And anybody can take 2 classes and a PE, and if you do well, they might admit you as a full-time student.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a great loophole that is.
Yeah.
So then we had to talk our parents into funding the whole thing. So I went home, told my parents that, gave them the whole sob story. I'll never know if I don't try.
Yeah.
You're going to give me a chance,
Yeah.
So they're like, okay. So I go, me, Booger, another guy, Shay, we moved to Raleigh. We go to school at NC State as these lifelong students.
Yeah.
I did that for 2 semesters before I got in.
Yeah.
And once I got in, I was like, wow, that was hard.
You're like 30 by this point.
Yeah. I was like, that was hard. I got to pick a major that's easy.
Yeah.
Because all I wanted was a college degree.
Yeah.
I had no plan. I didn't know where I was going in my life.
Yeah.
I just thought if I had a degree, my life would be better.
Easier, yeah.
Yeah, I'd make more money somehow.
Even if makes sense.
So I thought, all right, I got to pick a major. What major am I picking? It's got to be something easy. What's easy? I don't know. Let's look around. What are the athletes taking?
Yeah.
Theater.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of them were doing theater. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that's got to be easy.
Yeah.
That's probably just a dick-off class.
Yeah.
So I got into theater that way because I thought it would be easy. And then I got in there, and then I started actually liking it, and people were telling me I was good.
Yeah.
And
not good enough to have a line yet.
No.
Good.
No. In the acting classes.
Oh, okay.
I was good.
Yeah.
But then when it was time to actually do like a play or audition for something, it's very cliquish.
Yes.
So it's the same people doing the same plays over and over. To be the guy coming in, and I was not in the Glee Club or anything like that. I was not that guy. I was a failed jock who was just funny.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be, in the theater world, you got to start at the bottom. They make you run lights first or sound before you can actually get on the stage. And I didn't want to do that.
But you worked up to stage manager.
Yeah. I took stage manager because that was the only way I could get the other part. Because I wrote on the things like, no one wanted to be the stage manager. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll be the stupid stage manager and give me a part. And she gave me the part of Bullshot, this London Bobby who gets shot and killed at the end.
You didn't get to do your accent? You didn't get to work on the accent?
No, but there was one line. I don't remember what the line was.
Okay.
Maybe it was something like, "Stop, seize him!" Or something like that. Was horrible.
I feel like that was just your accent. Like,
stop. How would you say stop, seize him?
Just do the Elephant Man one you were doing earlier. But just
stop!
Yeah.
Seize him!
That would have been... You'd have blown him away with that.
I'm in London property!
But then if we remove the...
Okay, right.
So then just...
Stop! Seize him!
Quite good.
Thank you.
Yeah, well...
No, I did that again.
Okay, we'll work on it.
Well, believe it or not, my accent was way thicker then than it is now.
I'm sure.
I've been diluted since being in LA for 12 years.
Yeah.
But back then it was really thick, and so the director gave me a tape. It was just English Cockney.
Oh, yeah?
Just listen to this, and then hopefully it'll seep into your brain.
Wow.
And so, for one line.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Going back and listening to that.
It's my work.
Yeah. I'm working, guys.
Yeah.
Put the tape in my jukebox.
You never listened to it, did you? You just...
I listened to it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I go, I got this.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Cold booger.
Cold booger. What are we doing? It's pretty Madden.
Yeah.
But that's why, you know, I'm not like trained.
Yes.
But when I moved to LA, I did take one acting class. It was Ivana Chubbuck's scene study, and it was recommended to me by some agents or something. And I went in there. I was in there for like maybe 2-3 weeks. Got a commercial audition, booked it.
Yeah.
Never went back.
I'm good.
I got this. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
You know, to me,
I hear those are great. Those classes though in LA. I heard that you can. I've got some friends that swear by it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a muscle. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't work it out, it's going to go away.
Yeah.
So just doing it.
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
So, I think if you're either good or you're not good. But if you're good and you don't practice, then you're not as good as you should be. Okay.
And you can get good too.
And you can get good.
You can get good. I've seen. You know, you watch movies with people and they're like, this guy's terrible, and then they turn out to be. You know, I don't often think that, but then you watch them a few years later, and it's like, wow, he just got good through doing.
Right.
Which is what I mean. That's what I'm trying to do. Learn as we. I think you learn so much each time you go. You know.
Yeah.
Each time round. And this is my first thing like this. You know, it's a little bigger than anything I've done before.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How'd you get this part?
This was just I got my agent out here last year.
Yeah.
And they've been sending me up for stuff. I've been out to visit one time to do some stuff, and they've been putting me up for tapes, and they're great.
So you auditioned in front of a camera on tape?
I filmed myself at home.
Yeah.
I got sent this one. It was found footage. The movie's found footage. So I went, I'm just going to film it around my house, or whatever. With my, so I did it. I said, I think I'm just going to do it like, you know, I'm actually going to do it found footagey and do it around my house. And my agent said, yeah, knock yourself out, go on.
Yeah.
My agent back home. So I did it, and I heard they liked the tape. So then I got a meeting with the director, Steve Quayle, on Skype.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, which is you know, if you've Skyped your wife, you've Skyped her.
Yeah. I know what it is.
Yeah,
I've done it, that in FaceTime.
Yeah, FaceTime, same thing. So, but it's weird. Like, it's a weird thing.
It is. So I mean, that's a modern day meeting thing.
Yeah.
That's not like normal.
Yeah, I never done that.
Do you like worry about your background when you're doing stuff like that?
Yeah, I cleaned my room slightly. Like you saw for you, I just moved.
Yeah, you moved a bunch
sofa.
of rubbish.
Yeah, that's how I live. I live amongst rubble, and so I it was a weird thing, and I said, like, you know, I said to everyone in the house, like, you guys just need to shut up for like
you have roommates?
an hour. I was at my dad's house, so I said, I said, like,
go away.
Dad, you need to not be loud now.
Yeah.
Like, girlfriend was there.
Maybe don't walk around right around the background of the scooter.
He's a shouter. My dad's a shouter. Fucking what?
Yeah.
What's this shit?
How was Quayle during that?
So Quayle was great. It was I mean, it was just, it's, you know, Skype is a strange medium. Like, it's like I'm on there, I'm looking at, like, I don't know, I'm just it's weird. But I just basically did my audition for him over Skype.
What?
Yeah.
You auditioned over Skype?
Well, I auditioned, and my
They saw the original tape that you sent in.
I sent in, and then they made me recall over Skype with Quayle and the casting director.
Wow.
And they were lovely. But I thought, you know, I've been flown over to America for recalls. Mm-hmm. So I figured that was kind of the next step.
Yeah. And
then they were just like, "Oh, do you want to do this?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I'll do this." Yeah. And I was just talking to Paxton about Twister movies 6 months ago, whatever. Yeah.
So they just gave you the part.
They just gave me the part
on Skype
after the tape and the Skype. Yeah.
Did they tell you right there on Skype?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't. I mean, you know, it was one of the ones. It was probably one of about 4 times where I thought, like, oh, I was good there. Like, I did a good job.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you know when you do good, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I very rarely think it. Me
too.
Yeah. You go through, I mean, you know, mainly it's just, I'll just forget about that because that was, it was horrible.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to tell yourself that to feel good. But it is.
Yeah.
But that makes you feel good when you screw up.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part about acting is the audition.
I mean, I like auditioning, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. Like, there's no, like, it's a confidence thing. It's like how well you've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's
people sort of get on a roll.
Yeah. I mean, I've got jobs just when I've just gone into and I've just talked to people, but I've been working, so I felt good about myself because I've been busy.
Right.
And I've got the job on that. But I've left and I thought like I don't read very well, but I had a good time.
Yeah.
Whereas other times I thought I read well, but I was probably like a little nervous and stuff talking to the people and
right.
You know.
I do that. One of the worst auditions is when, I didn't quite memorize as much as I probably could have.
Yeah.
And so it's okay to have the paper in your hand, and I have the paper in my hand, but then every now and then, out of nowhere, I just get nervous. Yeah. Like, I shouldn't be nervous by now.
Yeah. Especially with what you do.
And it makes me mad when I get nervous, which takes me out of the scene, and then I'll notice sometimes my hand's shaking. And I know that they can see my hand. They're either thinking this guy's either got Parkinson's, or he's never been in an audition before.
And then you tell them, "This is the Parkinson's."
This is Parkinson's. Yeah. Oh, I thought the guy had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the part.
Oh no, okay.
Oh, wrong part.
I'll just stop shaking.
This sounds bad. I do not have Parkinson's.
You've got to do. You should do that for an audition because it's a great.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great guy. It's not. It's a great character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I had one a couple of years ago where it finished just with the customer. It's just going. I think that's all we're going to get, isn't it?
Oh.
Just that.
Oh.
And I didn't even have... I had no, there was no wit. I just went like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon. Oh, it was bad.
Yeah. Well, it is a numbers game.
Yeah.
So I always feel good about that.
I feel bad telling my sort of story of how I'm getting into it because it's just like... I feel like I've been very... not that I'm flying particularly, but I've been very lucky with things. I've had very. But
there's luck involved, but you got to be good at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Don't you? I mean, you've got to do something right to get the part.
You do. I'm sure. Yeah, you do. I feel like I've come across nice people though that have been like, let's give this kid a shot, huh?
Yeah.
And I've been very lucky with the people who've helped me. My agents and stuff have been.
Yeah.
Really end up being really great and people I really like and
well, that's good.
Yeah, which I think is not
you got a bright
the case.
future ahead of you.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
Well, if you ever get to the point where do you want to be a director at all? Or are you just a writer?
Yeah, it's something I'm interested in one day, yeah.
Seems like that's what everyone says.
Yeah.
It's like a go-to thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I want to be a director.
Yeah. No, look, acting's like what I want to do. Like, I love it. But I think...
Well, I bring it up only for one reason.
Go on.
It was when you do decide.
Yeah.
And you do need that one likable, happy redneck.
Yeah. Oh, you're in.
I know a guy.
You're in.
Okay, good.
You're in.
Good.
I've already got an idea.
Do you keep in touch with other producers of other things that you've done? I mean, what's your philosophy on staying in touch so they know that you're still in the game and want to be in other things they're doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a.
Because I'm not good at that.
No, and not that I haven't liked a lot of producers I've worked with. I'm just terrible at I don't know. I'm not a good schmoozer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not very good at, when it comes to...
I don't think, with you, it doesn't look like schmoozing. It looks like you just generally want to have a good time.
Yeah. Like on this, the producers have been great, and I really like the people. Like, they're fun, like, Todd's funny dude.
Great,
fun, funny guy. And he's...
Poker night was great.
Yeah. Took home third place.
Dude, Max almost won the whole damn thing.
Nearly took the whole show.
Yeah,
the other
with
producer,
a comeback.
Mark McNair, the other producer, was shuffling, and that's still controversial.
Right.
We're not sure what happened there.
But if you want to stay in the game, you got to let the producer win.
Yeah.
I know what you did there. You let him win.
You saw it.
Good job.
I'm glad. Well, look, I'm not saying anything, but that's what happened.
Right. They're not going to listen to this.
No,
it's fine.
I'm not.
This is just for me for later.
I'm not overly worried.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm not sure any of this is usable. I'll be honest, but still, we're having fun.
Like I said, I'm just going to listen to this later by myself. That's all it is. I'm not good at schmoozing either.
No, I mean it's a weird thing, and they're busy people. And
I feel like they can see it coming.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, look at him trying to schmooze.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a lot of actors. That's how they sort of stay in the game.
Yeah.
Is that they just have a relationship with a certain director or producer, and they always get at least something from those guys.
Well, yeah. I mean,
they just have to like you, though. I guess.
I guess. But you're likable. People will be coming after you.
Do you ever do thank you cards?
I don't.
Or a gift basket?
I have done cards for people, but not for producers.
Right. I don't like the thank you card. Like when I get them.
You don't like to get one?
Mm-mm.
I got one the other day, but then my first instinct was like, oh, I've got to go and thank you for that thank you card.
That's my point.
Yeah.
When does it end?
Yeah.
That's why I'm coming out with your welcome cards.
Yeah.
All it says is, you're welcome, and then you open it up and say, hey, no big deal, don't mention it. It was a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't need money, but we want to just do it.
I just want you to write some of them.
Yeah. I can't draw.
But then if you get the you welcome card, do you send another thank you card for the welcome card?
That's the thing.
That's
when does it stop? It's one of the.
That's why they invented the email.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Save a tree, send an email.
Facebook, liking.
Yeah. They need to update that.
Yeah.
There needs to be like a thumbs down or a middle finger.
Yeah.
Or tickle my balls.
Yeah. Well, I'd say the big one on Facebook, and I know this is rambling, and we're at like nearly an hour now, but I'm having a good time. I don't think you should be able to like people's relationships ending.
Oh, is that an option?
You can do that.
That can happen?
Someone says, you're on Facebook, right?
Yeah, but I don't really see many relationships ending.
Okay, so when people have their relationships up there, they end, and it says, this relationship's ended with this person.
Right.
Right? And you can like that.
You could like that, that thing that happened. Right. Yeah, it's weird. Because my philosophy is, I have a fan page.
Yeah.
So, just the fact that a fan took the time to come to my page and write something, I just like it.
Yeah.
So I'm liking...
And you do like it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So I don't always really read every little word that they say. I just like it. And sometimes that can get me in trouble.
Yeah, you do. He does. He reads every single word everyone writes.
Well, you know, it's not I don't have some redheaded PR robot intern doing this shit. I'm doing it. Yeah. Because I love my fans.
Not enough to read the full...
Not all of them.
Not enough to read every single word they wrote.
Right.
But,
yeah, so... Yeah, that's true. It's weird that you can like everything.
Yeah, I just see that and I just think, fuck, poor people.
Yeah.
People involved.
Yeah. I'm mad that Facebook took over. I didn't see what was wrong with MySpace. I mean, it was fine.
I did.
Yeah? Well, you're 23.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
Were you on MySpace ever?
Yeah, I was on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm wondering at what age people stopped doing that, or not even trying.
Well, MySpace was confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting into a whole other debate now, but it was like...
fucking gnat flying around in here.
I know. That's the Renaissance.
Yeah.
That's the Renaissance.
The Renaissance in, yes. God, I had one more thing I wanted to ask you, and I've just had a blank, though.
It's okay.
It was a good one.
Acting.
Oh, no, what it was.
What?
The weird, awkward moment we had in the hallway.
Oh, okay.
That was... You want to do that, or should I do it?
We can
take turns?
We can take turns on it.
I'll set it up.
You set it up.
All right.
You want to. I can see you want to.
I didn't meet you at first for a while. No. I had already met Kyle.
Yeah.
I had met Matt Walsh.
Yeah.
And Sarah Wayne Callies.
Yes.
I had met. So we're out in the little at the Renaissance. They have a little courtyard area with a grill.
Yeah.
And so we're out there grilling up sausages, having wine.
It's lovely.
And then Max shows up without a hat. Okay. This is a very...
I'm a Raiders fan. I wear a Raiders hat all the time out here.
Boggles my brain, by the way. So he's hanging out. He comes and hangs out with us. Now, mind you, I had already had probably 4 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
I was feeling good.
Yeah.
And we talked, but it was not just me and you. It was everybody kind of talking.
Yeah.
So I met you there.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
can I interject here?
Go ahead.
By everyone, there was 4 people at the table.
Yeah.
And we talked directly.
Yes.
I felt like we kind of connected.
There were moments where we did, definitely.
We talked about podcasts we liked. I remember.
We talked about how much we love Adam Carolla.
Yeah, and that you were on that show, and I said, I'll have to listen to that. I love Carolla. I think he's great.
He is.
Yeah.
So we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we definitely had.
Yeah. And I went away thinking, my new pal John. He's a good dude.
Right. Okay. So now we fast forward to, I don't know, a week later?
No, because you tell me you're going too. You tell me you're leaving to do these tours. So we talk after that again, and you say, I'm leaving to do these things. I'm doing
like the next day?
Comedy shows or whatever. The next day.
I'm leaving to go do stand-up.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I hope you do one around here.
Right.
I'll come and see.
Right.
That'll be cool.
Right.
Go on.
Okay, then, now here's where, in my defense, that this will make a little sense to you.
Okay.
I was coming out of my room, and there was a maid right there in front of me with her whole cart, and I needed like fresh towels. And was I in a towel? I felt like I was either in a bathing suit or a towel.
You were fully clothed. I wouldn't have. We weren't close enough yet that I would have engaged you
Really?
Nude.
It's troubling that I don't remember You remember every detail?
Because I was snubbed.
You're more of a court stenographer than I am at this point.
You'll find that I was snubbed, so I remember.
So, anyway, I'm talking to the maid, trying to get this towel. I think I was up to something. I thought like maybe I would steal a towel or something, and then I saw the maid come around. So I was a little bit caught off guard.
Okay.
Like I was going to do something mischievous with the maid's cart. But then she saw me, so then I felt like I had to talk to her. So that's that's going on in my brain. And then I looked down the hall, probably 4 or 5 doors down.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good long way.
20 feet.
20 feet. And I see this young man with a hat on, and you're saying, what did you say? You said, hey.
How's your trip?
Yes.
How's your trip?
You said, first of all, I didn't know your room was over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't.
No.
I just see some kid going like, how's your trip?
Young man.
Young man. How was your trip? And I'm thinking, okay, who? In my mind, I didn't know it was you right away.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, maybe this is a fan.
Yeah.
You know.
Which is, it speaks to your ego.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you another one that bit me in the ass later.
Okay.
So I'm like, it's good.
Yeah.
Still sort of looking at each other. And you're like,
yeah. And I became aware almost instantly. Like it was aware instantly. Like I think you're my buddy. You don't know who I am.
Right.
Like that was aware. And we probably went for like a minute and a half.
No,
because you responded. I said, "How's your trip?" Good. You said, "How's yours?" And I had not been anywhere.
Right, you've been here.
I'd just been here.
Did you have a skateboard at the time?
I did have a little skateboard. Like, it was quite, like, I guess from it was kind of Lynchian. There was just a young guy with a skateboard.
He can't obviously be one of the actors.
Yeah, I'm probably too old. And it was like, it's a little skateboard. It's a tiny little skateboard.
Right.
Like,
it's like really a 1980s skateboard.
I'm too old really to have it.
Right.
It was a bad purchase.
Have you used it much?
I used it today. Today around the set.
So that was our first interaction. Not our first interaction, but there was an awkward moment where I feel really bad because I felt like I hurt your feelings a little bit.
Well, no, I just eventually went, you don't know who I am, and he went, I've just worked out who you are. Yeah,
that's why I fessed up. Didn't I?
Okay, you said, I've just worked out who you are, and I just went, oh, okay.
We'll start over again.
John's not.
How was your trip?
John's not the guy I thought he was.
Right. What an asshole.
I'll move on with my day. Yeah.
You'd think I'd learned my lesson because I was in Laughlin, Nevada.
Yeah.
Right when I was. This was like during Last Comic Standing. I had made it to the top 5.
Yes.
And we had like a 2-week break. And during that 2-week break, I went to Laughlin, Nevada to do stand-up.
Okay.
There had not been a winner. There's still 5 people left.
Yeah.
Now I do my gig. I'm walking up to the room. Have you been? If you don't know anything about Laughlin, Nevada, think of like it goes Vegas.
What were the chances that you said, "Have you been to Laughlin, Nevada?" And I went, "Yeah."
There's no way I was going to say. I almost went there, and I was like, "No." This is for you people too. Laughlin, Nevada is like if Vegas were instead of like young people dancing, gambling. It's just all. It looks like what do you call those slee stacks from Land of the Lost? Okay. Lizard people. Because their skin has been dried out by the desert and the heat, and they all smoke cigarettes that just the ash dangles way too long.
Yeah,
and they have beehive hairdos, and they're all like over 80.
Wow.
It's a sad, depressing place.
But a hub for comedy.
But for comedy, forget about it. They love this guy. So I was there doing a gig, and I was going back up to my room, and I see this drunk lady coming down the hallway, and she was like pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay. Visibly pregnant.
Yeah.
Visibly drunk.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, this is
not
sad and disgusting.
You hate her straight away.
Yeah. And I'm like, I just put my head down. I had a hat on. I was like, I don't want her to recognize me.
Yeah.
I assumed everyone would.
Yeah. This is over the course of the conversation we found out that you expect people to know who you are.
Yeah. It's pretty shameful.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking towards her, and I got right up on her, and I made the mistake of like looking up one last time. And then her eyes locked, and she looked at me. She goes, I guess you didn't win, huh?" Like that. And I go, well, it's not over. I'm in the top 5. I still have I need your vote. I still have a chance. And then I could tell the look on her face. She didn't know what I was talking about. She poked her stick. She goes, "What the hell you talking about? I'm talking about that jet ski they're raffling off down there. You're up here. I guess you didn't win." I felt like so tiny.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that I was like, I'm not in. I still have a chance. And she didn't know me from that at all.
You're already signing her. You're already signing her baby bump.
She got me.
Oh.
So you'd think I'd have learned from then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I apologize for that.
No, hey, we're fine.
Good. We're shaking hands.
Yeah, we're fine. I forgave you.
Good.
I forgave you definitely, but it was it was a low moment. But there is a lot of that. I think there is like when you get to do a film. I don't know about you, but like when I start to do these things, like I'm so excited just to be here and that someone's giving me a job and that I'm like doing this that I meet people and I want them to like me so much that I'm not taking in anything they're saying. I'm just like
you're learning how to.
Hey, I'm Max. Ooh, and it's just like they say that name. It's like that's not important right now. Like me,
Max.
Yeah. So
have I won you over yet?
It takes me a long time to like. Then I go back. Oh, I wish I'd listened to that information because that would have been good for our future relationship.
Right.
But like, because I do like you, I just don't know your name anymore.
Right. I am horrible with names.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how many times have people called you Matt by accident?
That's happened a lot. I've let that go a lot.
Yeah. Because there is a Matt.
Yeah, there is a Matt.
Walsh who's working on it.
And he's like better and he's in stuff and like so
He has a long resume.
He does, yeah. He does. Although he had a great thing. I don't know if he told you this. We had a great thing the other day. Well, we went to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And there was I'd made friends with the kid in the Starbucks across the road, this guy Nick.
You just know everybody here.
Yeah.
You're here for 3 months, that happens.
Yeah. I know, yeah. They're asking me a few things about the city and how...
so this is at the Marriott, with the Starbucks in the Marriott next door?
Yeah,
okay.
Across the way. And so I was there with Matt, and I witnessed the guy go... The kid had obviously looked up who was in... The kid, he was like 19, nice guy, and he'd obviously looked up what people were in, because this movie was here, and he went to Matt, you were... so you were in The Hangover, you were in The Hangover. And Matt was like, I was in The Hangover. And he went... That's funny. I don't remember you. and I went, I don't remember you.
I love that.
Were you funny?
Oh,
and
so good.
Matt being...
And the guy doesn't know how backhandedly insulting he's being.
Oh, and like actors like quite they could be damaged breed. They could be like quite easily quite easily hurt. And Matt, just because he's the nicest guy in the world, because he's so nice, and Matt just went... Oh, I hope I was. I hope I was funny.
I don't remember you at all.
I think I was. Yeah, I don't remember.
That's hilarious.
So that was good.
That is a touchy thing, because I've gotten the thing where, and this one I hate it, but there's nothing really you can do.
Yeah.
When someone says, I saw you on Comedy Central the other night.
Yeah.
You go, yeah. Don't ever say thank you to that, because they're not saying they liked it.
No.
They're just saying they saw it.
Yeah.
So if you say thank you to that, that you're just setting yourself up for, oh no, I didn't like it. I mean, you weren't funny. I don't think they would do that, but my brain goes there. So when someone says like, oh, I saw your Comedy Central special, I go, oh yeah? And just let them...
That's it.
Yeah. I go,
oh yeah? Fill the space.
Yeah, I don't want to ask them either.
Yeah.
Because if they liked it, they would have told me right away, usually.
Yeah.
But if they don't like it and they just saw it, then they just say, I saw it.
It's funny because you want, like, I always thought I'd want people to give me their honest opinion.
Yeah.
But, like... I've had that where like family friends have given me their honest opinion about things that they thought I wasn't good in, and it's like it's really difficult
that you didn't ask for.
No, like I told you another story. Like I did this show back home. This thing called The Promise, which was a super heavy kind of drama about Israel and the creation of the state of Israel.
Right.
And I was playing like a Cockney in it.
Right.
Like an East End Jewish young Jew.
Okay.
So I did this accent or whatever, and. This woman just said, this lady who I've known forever, she just went, yeah, I saw your show. And I was like, oh, that's great, thanks. And she went, yeah, no, I didn't like your accent.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. I was silent for about a minute, and I just said, everyone has opinions. And then I went upstairs, and I was upset all day.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, right.
It leads to doubt and sadness.
Yeah, and I don't really think I should be here anyway, in the first place. I shouldn't be doing stuff in the first place. So it's...
Who said that to you? Was it a family member?
No, family friend, like a family friend. Yeah.
A chick?
Chick, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It was brutal. She's written a book recently.
That's when you're like, oh yeah? Well, you're fat.
Yeah. No, I just said everyone... I said, yeah, it's nice to have... I think I said it's nice to have opinions.
It's nice to have opinions, huh?
Yeah. I was like... I think I was visibly upset by it. It was wasn't my coolest moment.
Well, let that be a lesson, people. You know, if you don't like someone's performance and you see them out in public, don't even say anything.
No,
just let it go.
If you don't like Black Sky,
right?
Say you liked it.
Just lie to us.
Lie.
We'll talk to you at least. If you say that, oh, I saw Black Sky and I didn't like it, then we don't go anywhere from there.
Yeah.
It just goes from like, okay, well, I don't like you now.
Yeah. I'll apologize because I'll apologize.
Lie to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much nicer. We'll have a much better time.
Yeah, our interaction will be more fun.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up though because we've been chit chatting here for 1 hour and 8, which is we beat Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's was like 45, so we're way over.
More interesting though, Kyle. Eh?
I had to cut some stuff out.
I know you did. Yeah.
I may or may not cut something out of this.
I imagine you will.
Is there anything that went down in this conversation that you want out? I think you did really well.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I was worried, but very nervous.
Yeah.
I did EPK the other day on set.
EPK?
The electronic press kit, the interviews for the show.
Oh, I see. Is it like a what do they call those, press junket type thing?
Well, yeah, but I think it's more for like DVDs and stuff.
Okay.
I wish it had been.
Should I be worried that I didn't do that?
No, I think they probably. I think if you were around more, you definitely would.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I mean, top 4 or 5 worst days of my life. It was pretty bad.
Why?
Because I've done it a few times, and it just becomes like an exercise in sweating for me. Like no matter like I can talk, I can hold the conversation. Sure. I'd like to think, I'm not.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If I could do this well, and this isn't particularly well, but if I could do this well, then it would be fine. But as soon as they start talking, I'm laughing with people, having a good time.
Yeah.
As soon as the camera comes on, they ask me one like simple character question.
Right.
It just seems like I haven't thought about anything.
Yeah.
It's just it was bad.
Kyle and I had to do that one together. It was just for the online press.
Yes, yeah.
So there's no video involved.
Yeah.
It was just all like little handheld microphones.
Yeah.
And so Kyle, like I was asking him later, it's like, aren't you worried? Because there was a question. One of them was like, so what are your characters' backstories? Right.
Oh, wow.
And Kyle goes like, I don't do that. I don't create a backstory. I do the lines. I just do them like as me. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm going like, that's probably not what other producers or directors want to hear.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm going like, this is not helping you. Why would you do that? At least lie. So I started going like, oh well, we were like Boy Scouts. We were younger. That's how we know each other now. And I was like the leader. And he goes, no, it's not true. Like I'm like trying to get us out of this hole, but he took pride in like not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess that's kind of hipster.
That's Kyle's thing.
That's Kyle's thing. Yeah.
Kyle's doing very well, so it works.
He gets a lot of gigs. That's for sure.
Maybe we should care less. About it.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
You'll just watch I want you to see it because you'll just watch me wanting to say something intelligent so badly, but not having the words.
When will this come out? Was this on the DVD?
I guess maybe on DVD. I mean, they'll probably cut it out because they won't want. Well, it might make them look good because it might look like they hired a kid that has a severe learning disability.
He's got Tourette's.
Yeah, that's so great that they did that.
He has a stutter.
They gave him this shot. They're not far. It's not far off. But
good for Black Sky.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clap for Max Deacon.
Oh, thanks, mate. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're going to give you the Heffron and Reep bump.
Yeah.
And that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. Bicycle. Oh, wait. I forgot. Do you want to plug anything? Do you have anything that you have to plug?
No, well, not. I mean,
you have a website or something?
No, I have a.
Most actors don't. They're just sort of like they just work and they don't have anything to sell. Comedians, we always get like tour dates.
I barely even work. I guess. Hatfields McCoys is out on DVD.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
On DVD.
It's out on DVD now.
You can hear Max speak in an American accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't heard you done that yet.
Appellation.
How was that hard to do? Did you have not a translator? What do you call those people?
We had an accent coach.
Yeah, an accent.
He was from Belfast. He was from Northern Ireland. Yeah.
That's funny.
Taught us appellation. Yeah.
It seems kind of backward.
Yeah, he was great though. He was great. But.
We'll get more on that next podcast. We're going to have you back in. I want to have you live.
Let's do it.
Come on the show live.
I would love to.
We'll also do a live version of this.
That'd be fun.
So, all right, everybody.
The other side of the thing, and also look out for Black Sky next year.
Yeah, Black Sky probably in theaters in July. I'm guessing, of next year.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a summer thing, maybe.
Summer movie.
Right.
It should be fun. We're having a good time.
We're going to have a blast. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and bicycle.
Go to heffronandreep.com for tour dates and great links. Hey, did you get that? It's heffronandreep.com. Go there now.